Hello, the doc is in, and welcome back to another chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 197. Coming off the last chapter, we have Mio, sumo guy, and Maki having a sumo match. Well, a bunch of sumo matches. And as sumo matches going, Mio decides to impart some deep intrinsic knowledge into Maki's head. Mio apparently, through his travels, has passed by One Piece or something like that, because he basically teaches her about the voice of all things. And after being taught the voice of all things, or as they call it in Jujutsu Kaisen, freedom, Maki comes out feeling refreshed, and everybody's kind of like, dang, what happened in there? And to begin the chapter, we basically get everybody's little perspectives about how she's come out and like how she seems like different. Like she seems the same, but she seems different. And we have Kamo, he's kind of like, like you're clearly like something's changed, but it's like it's been so little time. Like what happened in the domain? And we have the Katana guy. He's like, seems like that Kappa dude broke her out of her shell. And Naoya taking notice, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what happened, and maybe she is different, but whatever, it doesn't matter, I'm just gonna hit her with my big attack. So he hops into the air, and like before, he starts accelerating. His tendril thingies go inside his body, and he starts building up speed, right? And so Katana guy and Sumo guy, they're like, well, alright, well, I guess I want to cut some more and I want to sumo some more, respectively. And Kamo's like, aren't you guys reincarnated players? Like, he thinks it's in, and he's like, what's up with you guys? Like, why are you guys just gung-ho about fighting this guy? And one of you guys can't even see him, and the other one hasn't even really addressed him yet. And they're basically like, honestly, I'm just here to use a katana and cut stuff. And the other guy's just like, to be honest, I just want to sumo people. Kamo's at a loss for words. He's just like, I'm over here, I lost my higher purpose, and I live for my friends and to help them succeed in their goals. And you all just like, dang, the goals is really just straightforward. And it really is just straightforward for them. They literally have no other personality traits besides sumo and wielding a katana. I respect it. But as this is going on, we kind of cut away from that, and we have Naoya having a little bit of a freak out. All right, and he's basically like, I'm supposed to be the fastest. How in the hell is she keeping up with me? / just outright surpassing his speed in a certain sense. And so he's flying around the city, and Maki's right there with him. Literally, he's going up the buildings, down the building, and she's always right there. And she's just like, man, I'm just vibing. Like, I can feel where he's at all times. Like, I can't see, but I know where he is. Like, I really do got the voice of all things. That observation hockey really coming in for her. And so she's basically explaining, like, originally she wore glasses to see curses, and then she kind of, once he lost her glasses and everything, now she couldn't see curses. But with her now newfound understanding of everything, she's like, this body can see curses even though she can't literally see them. It's kind of like I said, coming off the last chapter, it's kind of like she can feel them through everything else. And so as she's kind of like falling through the air thinking about this, she's like, she's basically comparing herself to Toji, and she's like, up until this point I had been kind of like on the back foot against Naoya, but realistically, like, since I'm like Toji, I can do what he can do. If I think Toji could have defeated Naoya before this even got to this point, could have defeated him before he turned the curse wound, could have been able to make better decisions at a quicker moments, and been able to even defeat Naoya at his top speed, who am I to hold myself back and feel like I can't do it? Of course I can. I'm just like him. And so we even get this kind of ominous view where she's kind of saying that, like, I can see things that people can't see, and it kind of suggests, like, beyond just being like, oh, you know, she has extra physical traits and everything. Like, there's something more to it. Like, she might be pivotal to the plot in a way that we may not have been initially thinking about. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just move on from that. And as she's thinking about this, Naoya bursts through a building and he tries to catch Maki in mid-air, mind you. All right, mid-air. She's a regular human. She dodges him in mid-air, top speed. He just busts through the building and she dodged him. He is in shock. He's like, what in the fuck is going on? She's mid-air. She's supposed to be an easy target, and he dodged me, and she dodged me. And so we have Maki, and she's basically like, oh, you know, the air, it's like different temperatures, different densities. And so the way I kind of interpreted this is basically through her observation hockey, her ability to see and feel everything, she has basically gained the ability to, like, I don't want to say manipulate the air, but like using air currents and like everything, she can kind of like really be in touch with it to manipulate herself in a way where normally most people would just kind of fall and kind of be just whatever. She has a deeper understanding of the air around her to be able to dodge and maneuver properly in the air. And so as Naoya's coming back around to try to get her, dodges again and hits her. And it hits him into the ground, right? And so of course he's like, well, I'm a cursed spirit, so it really doesn't matter that you hit me because you don't even have cursed energy. And of course, as he's trying to justify the fact that she just punched him in his top speed form, Mio, he comes in and he headbutts Naoya. Then Katana guy comes in and he slices off the head area of Naoya. But of course, you know, he's a curse, so he starts healing up. But then Maki comes down and she's like, nah, not today, and kicks off the top part of his body. And therefore kind of stopping his healing, because, you know, a lot of curses kind of heal off things. So I assume this would use up more cursed energy for him to try to heal or whatever. But after getting his head kicked off, now he was like, there is no way that she's become close. She's become like that guy, that Toji guy. And so he starts losing his mind. And as he starts losing his mind, he regains his body. Now, we can't be absolutely sure that this is like a human body, but it seems in some way, shape, or form, he's now evolved once more and now looks like how he looked like when he was alive. Not completely, but he's gained this new body, and he opens a domain expansion. No name for the domain, but very interesting chapter. Overall kind of gives you, I wouldn't say gives you an idea of where it's going, but it pretty much gives what the last chapter kind of made us expect. Maki's come back, she's feeling better, and she's just kicking ass. For the discussion part of this, there isn't too much to discuss. I mean, for one, it seems like when it comes down to Katana Guy and Mio, it seems like Gege is kind of setting it up like these guys are supposed to be pretty much one-dimensional characters. They are about sumo and katana, respectively. They're both really good at their respective obsession, and that is it. There's nothing more to them. They don't even want to try to have more to them. Katana Guy just wants to cut stuff, and Sumo Guy just wants to do sumo. That is it. And I can respect that. Honestly, a one-dimensional character, it's fine. It's fine. It's quaint. I enjoy it. Naoya transformation, it's interesting. I feel like this could go in line with like more theorizing on what curses are and etc, etc, etc. But it all depends on if Naoya's body is actually human body / can like Katana Guy see him now, or like literally see him, or is it kind of just like one of those things where it's like, oh, you know, he came out of that body, but in reality he's still like a curse. It's just like an evolution in a sense, like, oh, he started off as a caterpillar, he went to chrysalis form, and now he's like a butterfly, so he's gonna like maybe gain wings or something or other. But the last thing to discuss is what Maki is talking about with her kind of like suggestion of like the seeing things, like the ability to like basically implying that there's things that she can see now that other people, like even Jujutsu sorcerers, cannot see, which kind of lends itself to some deeper plot going on. Well, not deeper plot going on with her, but more so the idea that she will play a more particular role in the plot than what I kind of assumed. Like, of course she's going to be a combatant, she's going to be important to the fighting and everything, but this kind of suggests that, like, oh, there's something very, very special about what Maki is right now that will allow her to do things that we may not have initially assumed came along with her heavenly restriction. But with that being said, that's kind of it. There's not too much more to speculate on because that's speculation. I'm just trying to give the facts and nothing but the facts. So help me, the doctor. Anyway, with that all being said, feel free to like the video if you like the video. Leave a dislike if you dislike it. Comment, what do you think Maki can see that other people can't? Like, we see like a little primordial ooze looking thing, abstract swirls and stuff. Does that relate to something particular? Is that just supposed to be symbolic, or can she literally see something that people do not, like, they haven't connected the dots on yet? If you like these kinds of videos, you want to see more videos like these every single time there's a new chapter, along with for chapters such as stories such as Black Clover, One Punch Man when it comes back, One Piece every once in a while, Tokyo Avengers, and of course Jujutsu Kaisen. Feel free to subscribe, your notification bell, all those things. And thank you again for watching the video all the way through, or at least watching this part. The doc is out. Peace.